quite a busy week for Google as well. The tech giant unveiling a slew of generative AI products at its I/O Developer Conference in Mountain View, California on Tuesday. Those include its Gemini Live Assistant and updates for its Android and Workspaces platforms. So what have we learned from one of the biggest tech events of the year? Yahoo Finance tech editor Dan Howley is live at the conference to explain. Dan, thanks for joining us. What do you have?
Yeah, Maddie, look, there's a couple of things that I think are worth looking at here. And really, it's kind of a full reinvention almost of Google itself as kind of the new leader of AI, or at least that's what they're projecting after they kind of lost that crown to OpenAI and Microsoft in 2022, 2023, where we saw those companies really just take off as far as generative AI goes. And then Google kind of stumble out of the starting blocks. They had that Bard launch that wasn't that great. They recently had those issues with its image generative software, but now coming out of Google I/O, it looks like they're back in a leadership position. They announced big changes to search, where they're going to have what's called an AI overview, kind of a short description or short answer rather to the queries that you have, along with links to those cited information sources directly below those. So it's going to be a completely different look for Google search going forward, at least in the US for now. And then they said billions of people by the end of the year. There was also a really interesting product that was previewed. It's a prototype called Project Astra. And it's really this kind of new form of AI assistant that uses both voice, live stream video from your phone. So if you open up your camera and you're looking at what's going on in front of you, it's able to interact with what it sees through your phone's camera. Really interesting stuff there. In fact, as I was walking around the I/O floor, Google co-founder Sergey Brin actually walked out of a booth checking out the technology. And I asked him, what his thoughts on the kind of rivalry with OpenAI is like, and what he thinks of the company's new GPT-4o model, which just came out the day before I/O, coincidentally, I guess. He said he hadn't been able to try it yet, but that he thinks this Project Astra would have been great for Google Glass, that kind of ill-fated wearable that came out about a decade ago. He said it was probably 10 years too early for that. But when you look at overall what Google is doing here, they're just infusing more generative AI throughout all of its products. And as I said, I think that's their way of really trying to project the fact that they are back on top as an AI leader and not kind of the second fiddle to OpenAI and Microsoft. Still, Microsoft has their Build conference next week, and you can guarantee that they're going to announce some kind of generative AI offerings likely tied to OpenAI.
All right, Dan, we're going to have to leave it there, but thank you so much for joining us as always and bringing us your on-the-ground reporting. We appreciate it.